More than getting better at photography, do you want to learn how you can convert all of your passion into profit? Do you want to learn how you can start getting paid to make photographs? Do you want to explore how you can really launch and catapult your career? Well, that's where making prints can help. Let's dive in. Hello friends, my name is Chris Orwig. I'm a photographer, I'm an author, I'm a teacher, and this video is part of a larger series where I'm talking about the art and craft of printing. In this video, I want to talk about how printing can really help us to catapult and launch our career. Now, this isn't about fine art sales. Rather, it's about using the medium of the print as a way to make connections that are meaningful, that are sincere, and that those connections can lead to amazing opportunities and even work. At least that's what's happened for me. And if it's happened for me, it can happen for you as well. So what I want to do is hold up a few images and tell a few stories. And I want to do this as a way to get you thinking about this idea of the currency of the print. Not currency from income, but currency from making connection. Because if you ask someone, hey, how did you get that really cool job? Like, how did you get this job to be flown down to Costa Rica for 4 days to do this shoot, which I'm doing in a few weeks? Well, my answer would be, well, it's because I made a connection, had a good relationship, and that came from a shoot and a print. Okay, enough about that. Let me tell you a few stories. Here goes. Let's say we're photographing a family like this. Beautiful image. They didn't pay for the print. I just gave it to them and I drop it off because I love it. That then builds a fun rapport connection with that family, and it increases the chance that I'll get to work with them again. So sometimes we can use these prints as gifts, as a way to connect. Other times, maybe what you do is you want to share prints to show people what you can do. I was meeting with a new client. They were a surf-related brand. I showed them this and 10 other prints, which I left with them. And it was a way to show my work apart from looking at it on an iPad. And it made an impression, and it made a connection, and it's led to other projects. This one's completely different. Two are kind of in this different realm. This was for a fashion client. Before the model showed up, I captured this landscape while we were waiting. And I shared it with the client, gave it to the client, and 6 months later she said, Chris, one of the reasons why I love working with you for all this fashion stuff, she said, because of your landscapes and because of your sense of space and place. And it was just because of a simple print. And so sometimes that simple print can lead to build a connection. Other times it's about showing a sense of range. Like this was for one particular client, and it was showing them the kind of range of work that I could do. This one was kind of iconic, didn't feel very corporate or commercial, even though it was a corporate commercial shoot. And so they liked that. And I can show that to other clients that I can do, yes, the on-point corporate commercial stuff, but I can also do things that are soulful and deep. And so it's about showing clients a sense of range. Or it's about connecting to a company in a unique way. This is Yvon Chouinard. He's the founder of Patagonia. And by sharing this image with the company, it's helped make connections with that company and do other projects with them, one that I'm doing right now. This was one for the client that hired me to come down to Costa Rica. And they're very theatrical, but it's an abandoned bank in New York City. And we did these photos, collaborated on this, and then I sent some prints out of the blue just because I thought they were beautiful. And as a result, that helped to build a friendship, a connection. And you want to work with people where you have these natural and authentic connections with that reflect who you are and what you value. And sometimes, of course, sharing that online and social media and all the different channels works. That's amazing. But sometimes you can add a little bit of extra to that by sending the print. Okay, 2 more images and we're almost done here. This one is a different kind of story. This one was one that I was doing a lens test, and I was walking around with Alana downtown Santa Barbara. We were just in a parking lot. I saw an opportunity for a photograph and made this image. This was then purchased by a commercial client, and this one has been a really good and big moneymaker for me. And so the point of this is that the print helped to make that connection, helped to make that transaction, and led to helping me further my way along in my career. Now, it's not that every image is going to do all of these things. Sometimes we share prints and we have no idea. And sometimes they do nothing except bring kindness and good energy into the world, and that's great. But what I found is that if we don't print, we're really sealing off the opportunity for any of these kind of things to happen. And so what I found is that making prints can help to kind of speed up this process of launching career, of catapulting, this photographic process and success. And so I hope the same for you. I do have one more image that I want to show you. So let me grab that one. This is a photograph that I just printed out this morning. And this is one of my favorite images. It's obviously a wedding photograph. And up to this point, I haven't captured a wedding photograph that I would actually print this big. And this is a print, I still need to trim the edges and whatnot. But by printing this and sharing this, you can only imagine that it will help to spread something, some kind of good, positive, fun energy into the world. And so the whole point with all of these images is that sometimes we're going to go ahead and make small photographs that we can put in an envelope and send to a client. Sometimes maybe we'll share a print when we meet with someone face to face. Sometimes we'll send a print as a thank you or a follow-up. Either way, what I have found is that making prints can be kind of this secret extra way to advance your career. So if you're looking for a way to grow and to expand what you're doing, give it a try and see if it works. I really encourage you to do that. Find some way to print your work today and get it out into the world. Because the reality is that all of the digital channels out there, they are pretty noisy and people are looking at those photographs pretty quickly. But the print, it causes you to slow down. It causes you to stop. And it feels different. It helps to build and create connections.